Rated M for mature.
Today's episode of Elite Clips is an authentic difficulty special in Sniper Elite Resistance. These highlighted players were able to achieve shots that are truly unmatched and a testament to the skills they have garnered as a Sniper Elite. Throughout the Elite Clips series, we've seen it all, from incredible long shots to insane explosives, and even some things that made us question the sanity of our viewers. But today's clips made us question what is truly possible in Sniper Elite. And if you would like to have a chance to be a part of our series dedicated to highlighting the Sniper Elite community, submit your clips using the link below. Elite Clips starts now. Balloon Popping Parade. Yuyu Moon is going to open up this episode with 3 shots in quick succession that simply left us in awe. Remember, authentic difficulty. The clip starts with Yuyu lining up a shot on a target's family jewels and pulling the trigger. Nothing too crazy, but as the bullet pops the first target's balloons, it continues to fly, bouncing off the floor and angled perfectly at another poor soldier's gonads. Ouch! Yuyu then turns slightly and aims at another unseen target. He then raises his scope slightly and aims at a metal beam. The kill cam activates and we watch the bullet ping off the metal support and land right onto a hidden sniper's Adam's apple. Sure, okay, and if that's not insane enough, Yuyu then repositions on the rooftop, turns and eyes another soldier patrolling and really tortures this guy by popping him with a bouncing bullet that bends him over, and then pulls the trigger again to bounce yet another bullet straight into the balls of this poor, humiliated target. As the testicle explodes, we're left in sheer terror of Yuyu's superhuman capability to curve and bounce bullets into our most delicate of body parts. Yet, Yuyu is still not finished. Yuyu wants us to know that distance also doesn't matter, showing us this 263-meter ricochet shot. Eyeing a sniper in the distant castle in Mission 2, he then aims his rifle to the ground and in one trigger pull, we watch the bullet ping off the stone and fly with reckless abandon into the target's testicles, sending a shiver down our spine. Please make it stop. Okay, Yuyu, you know what? We're gonna come back to you later in this episode. Third time's a charm. The next clip from Burnzy YT is an even longer shot on authentic mode, and it starts with Burnzy aiming into literally nothing. He fires a shot and we can see how much bullet curve there is. He adjusts, and again we are watching in real time an assassin of a player dial in this over 600-meter long shot. The kill cam activates and shows a bullet that slowly glides like the angel of death over the map, covering a distance that is equal to about 4.5 times the height of the Great Pyramid of Giza. As it finally lands, no, straight into the plums of a German sniper that never stood a chance. I can't with you guys anymore. This is getting ridiculous. What? There's an even longer authentic shot? Jeez, okay, put it on the screen. Again, from Burnzy, yes, the bleached castle walls from Mission 6. What a beautiful map. Okay, what's he even shooting at? Your guess is as good as mine. And third time's a charm again. The kill cam activates. Also, side note, I can't believe you have a bayonet equipped on these rifles while you're doing it. Anyways, the bullet flies to an unknown location and then, wait, it's a miss? Nope, it bounces off the ground and shatters the leg of the target as another befuddled German soldier looks on nearby, who is clearly as confused and terrified as we are. I have no words to describe this shot, Burnzy. Truly insane stuff. Let's keep this moving before I have an actual existential breakdown. Authentically explosive. The Intimidator is here to brighten up our day with an explosive lobotomy that proves you can have both skill and flair if you are an experienced pro player of the Sniper Elite franchise. As he scouts his target, you can just barely make out a tiny head poking out from a sniper nest about 200 meters away. We watch as he adjusts the scope distance, empties his lung, and lets the bullet fly. first try. The kill cam activates and the bullet finds the temple of the sniper's skull before exploding on impact. Now, the only thing that could have made this more authentic is if the sniper's head popped off and went flying into the air. Hey, developers, can we get flying heads in the next SE game? Write down in the comments if you want high explosive ammo to make body parts detach and fly. And while you're down there in the comments, consider hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like button, and sniping that notification icon. That way you can stay up to date with all things Sniper Elite. We have a ton of guides, tips, tricks, and insane gameplay from Sniper Elite Resistance that you don't want to miss. For instance, where else could you see a player like Bear Dodge 67 here turn a peaceful pigeon into a fine white mist? See, if that pigeon was subscribed to the channel, it would have known that using high explosive ammo point blank like that is very, very effective. Thanks for your support. Now, back to Elite Clips. When all else fails, Panzer. Nuked is gonna show us how to deal with invaders on authentic difficulty. The clip starts with Nuked hustling to an invasion phone and repositioning discreetly. As they find the phone, it's still on cooldown, so they wait a moment, and right as it's available, they change the strategy. Instinctively feeling the invader is too close to use it, they climb the tower to get the high ground and scout. And it turns out their intuition is correct. The invader is closing in fast, and with the advantage of the tower, they spy the invaders sprinting to cover by a staircase, and they don't waste a moment. They whip out the Panzer, lead their target, and fire off the rocket, not concerning themselves with the aim indicator. Boom! It is a win for Nuked. This clip is such a great learning resource because you can see how if Nuked had used that invasion phone, they would have been extremely vulnerable to their opponent. And if they had waited for the Panzer aim indicator to turn red, they would have missed their opponent who was in a full sprint. Big brain stuff here, and an example of how the professionals make it work on authentic difficulty. Castration from over 700 meters away. Remember earlier when I said we were going to come back to Yuyu Moon? Well, here we are, closing out the episode with these last two clips that truly rocked us. We're adding a disclaimer for these two final clips. What you're about to see is so completely unfair for new players or for anyone who has not yet played the game, because those people will watch this and think, so? What's the big deal? I could do that. No, you could not. It's insulting how easy Yuyu Moon makes this stuff look. It's Mission 3, and Yuyu is positioned at the spawn location of the map. In fact, he even backed up all the way to the map boundary to pull this off. He aims his rifle with the scope dialed for a 800-meter shot, aims at the edge of the hotel building, and pulls the trigger, while the wind, speed, and bullet drop indicators twitch and vibrate with confusion. The next trigger pull, though? Yeah, activates a full 10-second flight of a bullet that ultimately finds the plums of a soldier who certainly never heard the gunshot. My God. And what on earth could be even crazier than that clip? Okay, well, here we go. The developers don't want you to know this. Grab your notebooks, people, because this last clip is apparently a way to assassinate the Fuhrer from your spawn location in the DLC mission Lights, Camera, Achtung. Yeah, we were skeptical too. To prove that they are really at the spawn, Yuyu pulls up the map to show their location and the approximate location of where Hitler is. It looks like a distance of about 290 meters, and the target is positioned behind a wall not visible to the naked eye. And without any practice shots, Yuyu aims carefully at an unremarkable but very specific place in the wall and activates the kill cam with their superhuman knowledge of angles and wind speed. We assume it must be an armor-piercing round because it punches through the wall and surprisingly does not land on the Fuhrer, but instead on the Nazi officer next to Hitler as it strikes the grenade in his belt, causing an explosion that is felt not only by Hitler as he is blasted into the grave, but also felt by Rebellion Studios headquarters in Oxford, England, where the developers are no doubt feeling the explosion in their heads, since this is probably something they never intended to be possible for any player. I can see it now. There's a whiteboard somewhere that says, "Find ways to stop Yuyu Moon from breaking our game." For the record, Yuyu Moon uploaded this clip to YouTube over a month ago. You can go see for yourself. And since Sniper Elite Resistance released on January 30th, 2025, that means that within 3 weeks of release, Yuyu has already accomplished this impossible shot. So if you're watching this and you think you can successfully replicate this, please let us know down in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to keep up with all things Sniper Elite. Remember, send us your Resistance gameplay clips using the link below, and also let us know if you can recreate the Yuyu shot in Sniper Elite Resistance's DLC mission. Good luck, and we'll see you sharpshooters in the next one.